That's the end. No, no, no! The range, right?
I don't know anything. I don't know!
Oh, you poor thing. Who are you? She lowers her eyes, refuses to answer. Lopera doesn't care. And you are with Manus Vindicte? Yes. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Ah, gosh, Anjanala. She was probably thinking that, she was talking with another person who, like, would help her. I don't know. Everybody's so mean to the lizard, right? Man, you gotta feel bad for her. Also, the lizard's very dumb. This is also true. Her head flutters like a banana leaf in a hurricane. What an analogy.
Huh?
No, I didn't mean that. Please, I haven't any idea who these people are or why they came to Sao Paulo. I only came out here looking for food, and might I say, that turkey was utterly revolting.
The bizarre and apparently very hungry woman had been a powerful opponent. Ordinarily, she might be intrigued by her story, true or not, but she had other thoughts in her mind. I need to ask you about a couple of people.
Oh, of course.
She nods eagerly, desperately. I'm looking for a man named Rodrigo. Middle-aged, tan brown skin, wearing a vest. She nods frantically, hoping to trade her answers for freedom.
I think I saw him. Yes, the large man that came up from the forest. He is with someone else. A young man.
Hmm?
A young man?
Could that have been Sandro? I'm afraid I don't know. I didn't know any of them, I swear. I'm not lying.
The brother.
The brotherhood took the old man locked him in the basement. The younger man ran away into the forest. I could find it for you. I have an excellent of smell, if I do say so myself.
She's really trying. Forget about it, girlie. You've got bad news written all over you.
Please.
Please, let me go. I'll be good. I'll never see those bloody Manus Vindicte again.
You don't really think I'm going to just let you go, right? Sorry, lady. You're going to make the Xeno lock up until we know what to do with you. And there we go. The voice acting, right? Kokomi over here slash Burness. AKA, what's it? Risa Mano? Wait, hang on. I forgot her name. Risa May. Risa May. Sorry, I got confused there with someone else.
Lock up. I've told you everything. Please, please, miss. Oh, why can't you just let me go? I don't want to go to jail. I won't. I won't.
She springs forward, her claws slashing the air, almost catching the soldiers holding her back. This Wow cult is getting out of control. And there we go.
I am not! I'm not in any kind of cult!
Just get her moving. Those arcane and restraints have a time limit. The soldiers drag this swimming prisoner away to a particular cell in a particular base. Yep. Rebels, the Apostle Brotherhood, and now Manus Vindicte. The complexity of the situation is now far out of hand. But she still has one clear, unequivocal purpose: find Rodrigo, and through him, Sandro. She cannot fail her mission. This must be the basement. Rodrigo lies slumped in a corner, unconscious and covered in blood. Yeah, that's him. Rodrigo. A set of frayed ropes lies around him, along with a sharp, blood-stained stone. He might be bleeding out. I will check on him. Major Cashin steps forward with his head, checking for signs of life. Rodrigo suddenly holds up, seizing the Major by the throat, then pulling him close to make him a human shield. Gosh dang it. Cashin! The sharp blade stone is pressed up to Cashin's carotid artery, as at the same moment, a revolver is pointed to Rodrigo's forehead. Lope, he doesn't... Shut up! Drop the gun, or Zeno loses another fine officer today. Rodrigo, you have no way out! The hand holding the stone shard trembles, leaving a red gash on Cashin's neck. What are you even doing here? I told you he'd never keep me locked up.
Where is Sandro?
No.
You know I'll never tell. I'll be free of all this soon. Anxiety and desire turn in Clara's stomach. Her patience wears thin. One last chance, Rodrigo. Keeping your mouth shut won't help you now. Zeno will find him. Sandro isn't involved in any of this. I'm not at fault here. He isn't involved.
And Sandro.
He's just a kid. I've had it with your lies. You want to explain why this innocent kid had dealings with the Apostles' Brotherhood? Only because his idiot father.
Father, do you really think you can play the hero here?
I just realized that we're seeing Rodrigo here down the barrel of the gun. He's aiming directly for his forehead. Tunnel vision, literally. Did you even once stop to think what would become of Sandro after all this?
You're just turning him into another you, a total moron.
Turncoat traitor, selling out everyone he knows for a bit of cash. If he grows up to be like you in the end, it'll just be another con man, always on the run and on a single person that cares whether he lives or dies. Or, I can take Sandro back with me. Zeno can still turn him around, teach him what honor means.
Sandro will never go with you.
I'll never let Zeno take him. An army that brutalized neighborhoods and killed its own officers, and you have the gall to tell me about honor? That's never happening again. Little birdie. Once there is a first, there will come a second, and a third. You don't know anything, old man.
No, you're the one who doesn't get it.
I struggled my whole life. Who helped me? Who gave me a damn thing?
Nobody.
Everything I have, my family, my property, I earned it, and I'll protect it by any means necessary. I never killed anyone innocent, I just did what I had to do. You think every one of them would have done the same if they were in my shoes? I'm sorry about your friend, but it wasn't my fault. Rationalizing murder.
Of course I care about you.
Your friend. Her name is Lydia. See, I remember. I'm not as uncaring as you might think. You're lying.
No, listen!
Don't say it. Don't you open your mouth. Pray I don't hear your voice again today. Damn you, just go to your room.
I'm never setting foot in that room again.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of anything. I'll run away. You can't lock me up. Where will you go? Take one step outside and those brutes will tear you apart.
Nivea, Laura, and their parents. They hated you, not me.
Oh, Lopera. You think they're gonna... You think that's gonna be enough? You really think that they won't direct some hatred to you as part of his blood? Literally was. Her name was Nydia.
I've done nothing wrong.
Actually, yeah. But, she still has to bear her father's sin. Is that so? What makes you think you deserve to stand here? To live as you do? I kick you out. Send you back to the banana plantations. Let you experience the disease and death I took you away from. Then you'll see. Then you'll behave. No. Never.
Don't you think you've got their blood on your hands too?
Nothing like that.
You have no idea what you're doing!
Fine, then I'll stay ignorant.
Oof.
Lopera!
Did you take the shot? The Major grabs Rodrigo's falling body by the arms, gently lowers to the ground. The shot echoes over and over against the cramped stone chamber, leaving their ears ringing. Nothing pleasant about the blood grazing your face. But it's better than a slit throat. I owe you, Lieutenant. Sorry. I'm glad you're okay. She took the shot. Sandro is still out there. Are you insane? Colin shakes the pair by the shoulders, quickly stops. The girl looks ready to fall apart. Forget it. I don't care about your orders or mine. Don't go after him. Let it go. I'm taking you back to base to recuperate.
But
But the Admiral said... The soldier was in, interrupting their conversation. Major, we heard the shots. Is everything okay? I was taken hostage by a prisoner, but Lieutenant Lopera here saved my life. Your aim is still as flawless as Lieutenant. Unfortunately, I have something urgent to report. We found the body of a young man on the perimeter, and he died about 10 minutes ago. Gunshot wound. It looks to be self-inflicted.
My God.
It's a dark day. And there you go. I think that's keeping her going. All for nothing. Literally all for nothing, yeah. Part 8. The ones in the back. The misty canopy of the forest blocks out the scorching tropic sun above, leaving the ground freshly shaded and wet. Major Kashan gently bears brushes a freshly engraved tombstone. My dear Ntosha, who could have thought that day would come? You always said you'd be second in our class to become major. Carlos was a malpirado, a swine of the worst kind. He put too much faith into the force. He used Zeno's bullets and Arcano. Uh, he put too much faith in brute force. He used Zeno's bullets and Arcano mythos to get his way, never expecting they could be turned against him. Many of our soldiers here are local recruits. They were copping their loyalty to their communities, their loyalty to Zeno. Carlos pushed them too far. They killed him before he launched the operation. Yes, he never got to give the order. Perhaps it's a good thing. I think if we had gone through with it, all of Sao Paulo would have turned against Zeno, not just the Apollo's Brotherhood. Right, so at the very beginning, there was a mention that Carlos was about to turn the entire city upside down, looking for the Apostles and Commandos and Dictae, which would have been real bad for the residents, because it would have become a witch hunt. I knew that list was fishy from the start. Choice words, tenants, but I also found complete evidence in Carlos' files. Information was a retired veteran from Rio, Rodrigo. Yep, there it is. It was him. Right. I mean, he kept saying they joined an army, didn't specify which army, and like, there's only so many that you could join, only so many governments. Makes sense that he's a former Xeno. Or if not former Xeno, I guess. Maybe just a soldier from whatever country he came from. I guess they didn't really specify like what era. They just said veteran. Immersed in the story, the mission to take notice of Lopera's shock.
That's right.
I suspect he fabricated the entire list. Like you said, they were all just ordinary people. Some might have had occasional dealings with the gangs, but you know how it is in Sao Paulo. Such situations are hard for the common folk to avoid. I can only imagine the hell we would have unleashed if we'd gone after them. As for Zeno to retrieve Sander from the Brotherhood, I guess that was his condition for acting as an informant. But Zeno would eventually found out he'd given them false information. Why would Rodrigo risk himself like that? I guess he hoped that Sandro would be free and clear before he found out. A man like Rodrigo could get away from this place 1,000 different ways. If I were to speculate on his actions from a more negative perspective, Cash and cast an apologetic look at Lopera. I'd wager using you to snatch Chandra from Brother's grasp. Then he'd have shot you in the back of the head way back. I guess you're too smart for that, though. Bang. And Rodrigo and Sandro have disappeared forever into the rainforest. The humidity rises to suffocating level. They don't hear the approaching. They don't hear the approaching footsteps. With your caution, Lieutenant. Admiral! The Major raised a pearly billed salute among the tombstones. Grey eyebrows, grey blue eyes, and grey brown tombstones. Amidst these, the girl who she burns with fiery glow seems almost dimmed. The old Admiral bows head in mourning. Major Casham quietly steps away. The pair breaks their silence.
Father,
It's good of you to come to Sao Paulo. Here was the day. The moment that a fully armed transport helicopter landed with exact precision on the bay's helipad. Lines of loyal Xenosaur's formation, saluting up and down towards the hatch with reverence. I haven't had time to talk with you since coming to Sao Paulo. Our late General Carlos left me in a mire worse than a Brazilian swamp. We must start over. Sao Paulo's garrison will be integrated with my own personal guard. This should simplify matters. Lopera doesn't think so much about details. Her father's military wisdom and character stand unquestionable in her mind. And she has a long way to go before she can match her father in any of these respects, especially with another mission all but failed. Father. Spit it out. I didn't bring Sandro back. I failed my mission. Sandro. He speaks the name dryly. It clearly holds no significance to him. You misunderstood your orders. Crackling radio. Hmm? You reported me over whatever that device was. I ordered you to return to base, not to find Sandro. You didn't want me to find him? The Admiral doesn't reply to her, offering only a rise of his grey brow. You were with Rodrigo then, yes? Allow me to tell you about this man. While deployed in Rio against the cartels, he failed a crucial mission. His identity was exposed, and as a result, his children were kidnapped. They demanded the names of his fellow operatives. He traded them a list for his son, Sandro. Nothing happened. Their deal fell through and his daughter was killed. And his fellow operatives?
A total bloody tragedy. Like hell.
I told there was enough left for them. For identification. Okay, yeah, I guess this confirms that he was Xeno. Because for him to know about that, like, has to be within the same military chain of command. All for nothing. Yep, wasn't even the right orders. He deserted his post and quietly made his way to Sao Paulo. He took the boy with him, but hid him away. It's a pity he died. He might have been a valuable witness. That's all he was. Just some guy who failed the mission. The thick humid mist fills the Pharaoh's lungs, stifling her words. The Admiral turns away from the rows of tombstones, his demeanor comforting in a way strange and familiar to them both. In the necessity of war, you had to protect your comrades. I worry your impulsive nature without a judgment. Yet on that day, when you had the choice to kill your father, you chose wisely. Self-control, Lopera. This is what I expect from you. I... I'll try to control myself. Her father's hand falls on her shoulder, brushing away her despair like dust. Oh, they wanted Rigo alive. And she killed him. Whoops! Whoopsie! For an arcanist, it is a long and bitter road. But for a soldier, it's nothing. A soldier's career is spent making up their own failures. Failure is expected, but one's legacy may be decided only a few key victories. A Manasum Dicte base destroyed, valuable prisoners captured, and supplies seized. Each of these victories will aid us in our future operations.
I've always been proud of you, Lopera.
Hot tears well up in her eyes, but she holds them back stiffly. At most, that's out a sniffle. You are to remain on base for the next few days. Rest, and wait for the timekeeper to arrive in Sao Paulo. Perhaps you might make some new friends. Right. Is this the part where Igor asks her to execute a bunch of soldiers, or is that Lopero is going to suggest it first?
Father,
What is it? You'll set things right in Sao Paulo, won't you? I won't let those who trample on our loyalty and honor go unpunished. Xeno is a great and indestructible army, and we are an unbreakable family.
I will never betray this army or my children.
Is the army the organization, or is the army the people? The Admiral scrapes a leaf off his boot against a dew-coated rock.
I trust you, Father.
Oof! Lopera looks up, only able to see her father's towering shoulders. His 50 children he adopted and made into his own personal military. Yep. The end. The Rainforest with peril. Test your bravery here and see how far you can push yourself. So wait, is going all in just an endless mode? Yep. Once again, you've returned to the Rainforest, the place never disappoints. So there's no actual destination, we just keep going. That wasn't great. Da 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 da. Nice. Okay, yeah, looks like it's pretty endless mode. So we just get a bunch of rewards out of this, but while we're traveling through here, I'll give a little bit of my thoughts about the whole story. Once again, the Reverse 1999's story writing is so strong. As I said before, while I may not always agree with like the morals and the themes that they choose to like showcase or like tackle with their stories, it is always interesting how they tackle it and how they bring it to the light. Um, they're like character motivations I don't agree with, but they're always so fascinating to me. And Lopera's here is a really good example of that. Lopera, like most of the reverse characters, super traumatized. um, and he's repeatedly having to face situations that, you know, a normal child shouldn't have to face. And having to make some real tough decisions that, you know, end up leaving her hurt and even worse for wear than she already is. Over and over and over again, she just like is let down by her ideals and by the people around her. So it's no wonder that by the main story and even now that she trusts Igor so much, considering the her experiences with her father and uh, seeing him as like a stable source of well, love and affection, I suppose. At the same time, like Rodrigo said, like how long did she actually know Igor for her to trust him this much? It's a lot more like desperation than it is like a more organic trust. Because she had nowhere else to turn except for the army, which adopted her. Ah, boy. And of course, by the events of the main story is like let down again. And like you said, Teresa, all that for nothing, which I think is kind of the like the common theme among all of Lopera's appearances, is that she just keeps doing her best and like completing the mission. And for as competent as she is, she doesn't really understand what it is she's fighting for. She just knows that there are people counting on her, and like the fact that they like keep letting her down on top of that is just like the real tragedy of that. Like even when she faced off against Anjanala, it was like, so you're here, wrong time, wrong place, and therefore I'm gonna take into custody. And wrong time, wrong place. She didn't hear your orders correctly, and she followed the wrong orders. So it makes sense that in the end, Igor chose not to take her with him in the main story. A lot to think about, for sure. Oh shoot! I keep forgetting I need to like check out the other path of that bird scenario. Ah well. I think the implication here is that uh, Lopera is just like blindly walking in the forest, kind of like throwing herself at work, to kind of distract herself from all her trauma. I suppose it can end this anytime. It's not like there's anything like uh, more than just the reward we get. Kind of on autopilot for this. She's so valid for that, right? So valid. Okay, let's proceed to find it this time. No place for a stroll. Okay, we just used up a bit of stamina, that's all. And now I have one of everything. Yeah, at this point, I could probably, Ooh! A retired hunter set up a shooting range in the rainforest. It's a for gun enthusiasts. Ready to snap this trophy up beside you? Got information first. The rainforest is never short of lurking threats. Fortunately, customers often inclined to help the shopkeeper out of kindness. He uses leverage to gather some intel. Cool. Huh. Carried with us. It's too heavy. You realize it's a mistake to try to catch fugitives with it and abandon the idea. Fortunately, it's not too late. Oops. Almost back to zero there. Attempt to communicate this time. Rather than blind attempt to capture them, perhaps try communicating with them amicably. Maybe they'll reveal the secrets of the rainforest to you. Nope. Toss. I can't believe the correct answer for the radio is ticket. In no way. Tick. Pacific does a trick. An impressive makeshift repair. Now you can move on. Yep, that was the answer. Wait for the right moment. Some poor soul lost the rainforest, stumbled into the swamp. The rotting corpse now a marker of surrounding rangers. One of this act of kindness go to waste. Ugh. That was not great. Oh, almost done then. About 5 or 6 more turns? 2 foreign tourists rolling to the festivals of the favela of Sao Paulo, carrying all their valuables with them. You decide to show them some of your local hospitality. Extend a warm welcome. You got your 2 newly made friends, fending off hoodlums along the way. You even offer them some taste delicacies in the area. Isn't like you at all. Oh, I see. That was actually kind of a bit of a waste there. Nope. And we're done. Game. Yeah, that's just for a fun thing. There's no rewards beyond that. I guess it's the same with Ezra's little side quest. The sun is rising to me. Well, gotta make some coffee. Hey, Teresa, if you want to go to bed, you probably could. Didn't you mention before that you just caught the stream? Hang on. That was a while back. Yeah, I can't scroll that far back anymore. Looks like it's gone. You're happy? Oh, there it is. I'm happy I woke up to catch the stream. Okay, I didn't specify if you were like staying up all night or anything. Oop. But yeah, that was Lopera side story, everybody. No sleep. I'm looking at stuff to buy for my lighter things. Ah, I see. daily activities, we're done. And looking at the activity here, I think I'm good. So I believe I've done everything I can for reverse for this patch. Yep, that's all the achievements. Challenge going all in of into the rainforest one time. What might spring from the crucible next? Anyone's guess. Trusting it is the only way forward. At the end of the rainy season, complete all achievements. As the rainy season subsides, the old soldiers tell their last tales. Yeah, most of them died. Most of the soldiers in the story kind of just bit the bullet, so to speak. Excuse me. You know, the mutinies, trying to protect Anjanala, the mission of Lopera. A lot of dead soldiers in the story. Oh, speaking of, let's make this my display. There we go. They changed this up so now you can display the full brochure instead of like individual medals. It makes more sense because the medals themselves are kind of hard to read in the profile page. It's a little bit too small, you know? Okay, so yeah, that means that I have done everything I possibly can for reverse 1999 for this patch. The only thing we really have left, you know, in reality, is one specific thing. I'm stuck here. Not gonna buy any, but I'm looking. Okay. I believe we have enough. No, we only have 5. Well, I'll be able to roll for Lopera by next week. And that's what I will do. And then I have other things to do, so yeah, staying awake. Very good, very good. Okay. Do you remember the rain? Drop counter won't be set for at least a few more days. I'll buy materials then. Let's buy a bunch of bones. Sawdust, always. We are always low on sawdust. The precursor to bones. $4.97. Okay, we're good still, we're good. Spells of fortune. Should I get some brooms as well? Yeah, let's get the brooms. There we go, that should be good. And then all the free rolls will get me what I need to like buy Unilogs again at some point. The next time it resets in 15-ish days. I suppose I could buy Unilogs here, but I'm focusing on just building characters, and I'm not that desperate for Lopera. Besides, I'm only at 10 pity for her, so I'll just wait for a rerun to get her. Or maybe we'll lose to her in the 50-50 banner. 50-50 in the next event banner. Anything can happen. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and switch games to Genshin Impact. But first, I'm gonna take a break. You know, it's been 5 hours since the stream started, give or take. So, you know, important to pace ourselves. I'm gonna go refill my water. Start ordering that Japanese dinner I mentioned. I'm gonna, you know, now that I can stomach it, I'm gonna get a gyudon, with some extra rice. That seems good. And then when we come back, we'll be doing Mizuki's side story. Story quest. Sorry, reverse called side story. Here it's story quest. Okay, so for YouTube side, that was weird. For YouTube side, keep in mind, remember that the cat video is Creative Commons Attribution, not commercial share alike, 4.0 international license. Off you get.
You can ring my bell, ring my bell.